think that the money that they make should be proportionate to the money that they bring in.
Hey guys, today we're going to be checking out some feminists being owned by other females. Wow, good men matter? I didn't really expect this.
Dear feminists, would you please stop ruining our society? Good men matter. Good men have a valuable and necessary role in any society, including ours. Good men provide safety and security for their families and their communities. They give their male children an example to model. And they provide their female children with standards that they're going to need as they mature and
The system accommodates everyone.
Commenter Nonia Rotman asks, can you point to any industry that systematically discriminates against women? Is there any proof of this discrimination? What I see in America are companies bending over backwards to accommodate women. There is no evidence that I can see of systematic discrimination against women.
It's all about interest. Men aren't the enemies.
Women tend to gravitate to fields such as education, English, psychology, biology, art history, while men are more numerous in physics, mathematics, computer science, and engineering. Why should that be? Well, there's no simple answer. But when professors were asked why there was a relative scarcity of female professors in math, science, and engineering, 1% believed that it was because of women's lack of talent. 24% believed that it was because of sexist discrimination, and 74% chalked it up to differences between men's and women's.
She refused to accept to be feminist.
I actually struggle with identifying as a feminist for a lot of different reasons. And when I think about my intersecting identities as it pertains to being Black, as it pertains to being also trans, as it pertains to this movement, I struggle with saying, oh, I'm a feminist, but also support women's rights at the same time. So it's something that I sit with. Where do I fall in as it pertains to moving? I know the issues that I want to talk about, so I lean more towards the issues versus saying that I quickly identify historically knowing how feminists as a movement is moving currently.
How? Answer that.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is that a man invented the tampon, a man invented the pad, a man invented the birth control pill, and these are all things that only really, well, not birth control pill, but the other two only really help women. So those are men trying to help women. You know, how are they also part of the oppressing of women if they're helping them?
She's really petty.
AC in offices is normally regulated more for a male's temperature than a woman's.
And it's an explanation for these constant battles you'll see in offices right across the country between the sexes for control of that office thermostat.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, one of the biggest problems is that often in offices, it is men who control temperatures. That's just something I've found anecdotally. And because majority of the men in offices seem to be absolutely fine with the temperatures, women kind of just sit there on the corner feeling absolutely frozen. And, often, actually nothing's being done to help them.
Well, that's true.
I think that how much you get paid should have something to do with how much money you bring in. I'm the highest paid fighter, not because Dina and Lorenzo wanted to do something nice for the ladies. They do it because I bring in the highest numbers. They do it because I make them the most money. And I think that the money that they make should be proportionate to the money that they bring in.
Feminism in India.
I'm not sure what you're trying to say, but I just want to say कि मैंने feminism word एक बार भी नहीं बोला ये debate में. ठीक है? नहीं. सर फेमिनिज्म अगर मतलब एक तो हम फेमिनिज्म बोलते रहते हैं, इट्स एक्चुअली अ वेरी वाइड स्प्रेड सॉर्ट ऑफ हिस्टोरिकल सेट ऑफ मूवमेंट्स, इट्स क्वाइट डाइवर्स, उसके अंदर बहुत सारे आपसी कॉन्ट्रडिक्शंस हैं, कॉन्वर्सेशंस हैं, वो फिलॉसफी एक बहुत बड़ी फिलॉसफी है. बट मेरे लिए अगर सिंपली समझा जाए तो फेमिनिज्म इज अबाउट is a thought that feels that there should be equality amongst the gender.
What's a misogynist?
I don't know about that. There's more sexual harassment of women.
I don't know about that either.
Really?
And I'll tell you why. I think there's a dual standard here.
Have you been harassed sexually?
I have. I've actually been touched as a working in bars. I've had my genitals squeezed. And you know something. In all fairness,
how'd you react?
In all fairness, I didn't mind it.
Was it by a man or a woman?
It was by. Well, I would have minded it if it was a bloke.
Okay. And what if it was a bloke?
I would have been pissed off.
Right.
It would
Okay.
have,
And why would you have been pissed off?
because it's a bloke.
And why would you have been pissed off? Because you didn't give that person the right to touch you.
Exactly.
And that's what
But
women
what
are
I'm
saying.
saying is,
These are the women we need. Wow.
My name is Faith, and I am not a feminist. I am a strong woman, and I was raised by strong women, but I cannot get behind a few of the core ideals of what it often means to be a feminist, so I do not identify as one.
It's all about teamwork.
I don't know if you guys missed biology class, but in order for there to be any kind of future at all, there needs to be females and males. And I just hate this whole idea that we're teaching children, by the way, that it's a battle between men and women, who can make the most money, who can be more successful, who can run the world. It's not like that at all. The truth is, we work together. And that is how we build a successful future, and that's what we need to be teaching our children.
Emotions and facts.
So Cosmopolitan put out magazine covers of two women who are noticeably overweight, titling it, "This is Healthy," when it's not. I don't mind them being on the cover at all. It's the message I don't agree with. You can feel good about yourself at whatever size you are, but feeling good about your body doesn't make you healthy. Now, size has no impact on your value as a person, but it certainly has an impact on your health, and these leftist magazines need to stop conflating the two. A lie repeated enough times will be believed and thereby repeated more. It's a vicious cycle. And the same people screaming, "Believe in science," about a multitude of things, but not this, because feelings take precedence over fact if it weakens the need for personal responsibility. Now, wellness isn't a one-size-fits-all, but it certainly isn't all sizes, and obesity is unhealthy, just like anorexia is unhealthy. We don't get to just redefine words because we feel like it. Now, we shouldn't shame people and their health, but instead encourage each other to a fit and healthy lifestyle.
I mean, that's true. Feminism is being abused.
Listen, if you asked everybody a different question and said you believe in gender equality, I bet they'd be massively supportive, right?
So they just don't understand the definition of
No,
feminism.
the word feminism has been hijacked by radical feminists, and it has completely confused what people's idea of what feminism is about.
Feminist means as long as you're quiet about it.
Well, no, we were talking about the suffragette movement, right? And Susanna was
The
comparing
awkward
it.
squad. They were the original awkward squad. Breaking rules,
But here's the
winding
difference.
people up.
But here's the difference.
Look where they got us.
If you'd asked men in the suffragette movement era, do you want women to have the vote? Majority would have said no.
No,
right?
exactly.
So it was a battle against the will of men. I bet if you ask 100 men today, do you believe in gender equality? 90% would say yes, right? If you ask them,
That
are
is
you a
what
feminist?
feminism is.
They think, I don't know what feminism is these days.
Well, it's all about what he's saying.
If a woman does the same job as a man and produces the same amount of work, then she should receive the same amount of pay. Unless the man has negotiated a higher rate, then it would be on the woman to go and negotiate for a higher rate. The same rule would apply if the gender roles were reversed. When a man interrupts a woman, this isn't toxic masculinity, it's an interruption. When a man sits with his legs far apart, he's not man-spreading. He is sitting with his legs far apart.
Oops.
Hey, congratulations! What was your major? Thanks! Gender studies, you? Feminist and queer studies. That's awesome! Do you have a job lined up? No. Do you? No. But I do have a bunch of student debt that I need to pay off. It's so unfair. I know, right? Education is a human right. Yeah, exactly. I don't see what's so hard about the taxpayers paying off these useless degrees we just got. For real. Anyways, enjoy unemployment.
That's the attitude.
Stop using sir and ma'am.
Hello, friend. I am a woman and a lesbian who people often mistake for a man. You know why? Because I have a man's haircut and I wear men's clothing. Sometimes I think I walk and I talk like a man. I don't care what they call me because they don't sleep in my bed and they don't pay me.
That is true.
I don't know if you know this, but these videos are uploaded onto YouTube and on the internet. The antithesis of the cute cat videos you see is women talking about feminism. So thank you, Madam President, for giving me the opportunity to speak tonight and to put my life on the line like this. Feminism strives for the social, political, and economic equality of the sexes. Capitalism is predicated on privatization, exploitation, and inequality. Equality is impossible in an inherently unequal capitalist society, which is based upon the principle that no one is equal.
He understands what he's saying.
When I said unit of Sadashiva is Shakti, I did not use it in the language of the Devi which was a form. For her also the unit is Shakti. Understand? Out of clay, the elephant is made, rat is also made. You can't say the rat and elephant is same. You can say both are made of same material. Now you are trying to say both are same, which is not right.
I was saying whether...
Because the perception elephant generates and the perception rat generates is different. They may be made of same material, but the experience they generate in you is different.
Well, yes, it's destroying it.
At least I believe the modern feminism movement is undervaluing the role that women can have in their homes if they so choose, and the value that that has in society. So I think that homemakers are very undervalued nowadays and looked down upon, and a lot of that I think is because of the feminism movement, whether intentional or not, has uplifted the idea that women should be like men. We should desire like just powerful careers, desire having masculine traits, and all those things.
That's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, then make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this and much more. I hope to see you guys later, but until then, take care and cheerio.